Hey, welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, I have some stuff to report that's not so savory. All right, so this is the room I was in. I got to this room, excuse my book, I'm having to repack. So I just want to bring awareness to industry racism. I am literally the only woman of color. I got on glasses, so I don't really want to come on camera, but you know what? I don't care. Glasses and all. So I am the only black person on the whole ship. And it's a lot of people on here. It's at least 60 people. Here's my point in this whole video. I can't even blame this on MSC because this is an industry-wide thing. My room is right next to the captain's room, right? That was purposefully done because if not, if they were telling me that I would have had to share a room with a male and a bathroom with two other men. Huh? So obviously that's not gonna fly. Even when they hired me, I told them, I was like, yeah, that might be an issue. That would be an issue for me. Fast forward to actually yesterday, because I've only been on this assignment for 3 days. New company, new corporation. I thought that this would be a great opportunity and a great environment. Here's where things have gotten really crazy. So remember I said I've only been here 2 days, right? It took me over 30 hours to get here. That's a long transit. So it's safe to say I'm exhausted. I've lost about 13 to 14 hours because I'm 13 to 14 hours ahead of where I was. Okay, cool. So you get in and first day of work, I didn't even get a chance to unpack because they didn't even have a room available for me, right? So I was still working my ass off first day. Because it was a combination of, ooh, new girl, I can make her do all the work, and I'm gonna leave early. Now he's not my supervisor, but the other cook, who is the head cook, left early. So I had to do everything and close up by myself. Hell of an introduction. So next day, he did let me off earlier the next day, but that was never in the cards. I guess he realized that what he did was pretty shady, right? So in addition to that situation happening, my living quarters, which is what I just showed you. Oh, bottom bunk is mine. It's really well slept in. Don't worry about that. Mind your business. And I had a roommate who came in. She wasn't here when I got here, right? So I was at work when she got here. So they introduced me. Hi, this is such and such. Her name is Lydia. I don't care if y'all know or not, because this is what it is. But I spoke to her and everything. So she left and she came to my work area. So then she came again to my work area and she was like, you know what? So I don't really do the top bunk, because usually I get the bottom because, she tried to tell me something about her equilibrium. Oh God, that it's off when she sleeps and she sometimes falls out. I said, have you actually fallen out of bed? No, but it could happen. You guys, the heavier part of your body will be right here, okay? There is a rack right here to make sure you don't fall out. You could, but you'd really have to try. You know what I'm saying? And she said, I don't want to hurt myself. Lydia, I don't know how old you think I am, but I'm not in my 20s and I wasn't born I was born tonight, just not last night. So I was like, well, and she said, well, I give it a shot for a day or two. And I just looked at her, I was like, and she said, well, maybe maybe a couple of weeks and then we could she was trying to introduce the idea of us rotating. Hell no. So then it goes from that to, well, we'll see. I said, well, if it becomes a problem and you can't deal with it, we can remedy the situation in a couple of weeks, because that's what she said, right? So today I get to work. Side note, cooks and people like that work the longest hours sometimes. So I have to be at work at 6:00, right? So I'm at work doing my daily duties. And remember, when you get on a ship, you also have to go through their familiarization training. Some ships call it SOLAS, some people call it familiarization. So I know that they didn't even communicate to me today that I had to go through familiarization training. I just had to assume it. So I get to work today, and the captain comes up to me and was like, yeah, I got bad news. We're going to have to move you. You guys, I'm at the top level. Now I got to go 4 or 5 levels down to get to my room. And I have to carry all this heavy ass luggage that I had to carry up all by myself all the way downstairs because a little privileged white girl who is a part of a team with which we're all part of the team, wanted to have the bottom bunk, and to accommodate her, I have to go down 4 flights with luggage, no help, nothing, right? So the more I think about it, the more pissed off I get. So I'm definitely going to write something to corporate, because I will complete this obligation, but I will never return. And actually, this might be my last sailing job, because I'm tired of this shit. Industry-wide, it is extremely racist. So if you are a brown woman or a woman of color of any sorts, this could happen to you too for absolutely no reason. And they think because they say it so nicely that it's okay. It's not okay. I'm just as nice as they are. I'm just going to report their ass because that's bullshit. What she did to like further drive the point, like she came to the room last night before all this shit transpired, and she's like, I'm sorry for coming up to you in your job. I didn't mean to make this a big deal. I was like, what's a big deal? There's no big deal. Because I'm under the impression that it was settled that morning. And then we started talking, and she told me her schedule. I told her mine. So technically, according to her schedule, we would have never even like interfaced, right? So it would have been a great thing. But she left the room last. She's like, yeah, I'm just going to try to get myself acclimated to my schedule. A complete lie. What she actually did was go sleep in medbay to make it seem like I'm a bully or that this place is just so unlivable. Now, true enough, it's pretty small, but it's ridiculous that even happens. So now I get up and people just kind of looking at you. People look at you kind of weird. I don't know anybody on here for them to have any type of opinion about me or anything like that. So I didn't know any of that stuff was going on. I had no idea that she slept in medbay. I did notice that she didn't sleep in here last night, but again, her schedule was according to her, it was from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I wasn't going to see her anyway, right? So yeah, that happened. Apparently, I don't know exactly what type of picture she's painted about me, but she's painted a significant one to the point where they told me to move. And I have no voice and apparently no value. I'm a temporary employee anyway, so I'm totally fine with them telling me to go home. I actually want to go home if this is going to be how it's going to be, But I'm definitely going to send a full workup of everything that happened or everything that happens. My point is this: cover your ass. Write everything down, communicate everything you need to, and just do what you need to do to make sure that you're okay or in a safe situation. Now, like I said, this is the room. I hadn't even had an opportunity to fully unpack in here. Like that stuff, I just threw stuff in drawers and stuff, trying to get at least a little bit situated. It didn't happen. So now I got to get unsituated again to go try and get resituated. They did give me a new room. Ironically, this room does not involve me sharing a room with another man or a bathroom with 2 other people. In fact, the room that I got is way better. But why didn't we just do this in the beginning? And if this was such a big deal for her, they should have humbled her little ass. Like, it should have been a situation, look, if you can't do this, then you can't be here, or you don't have a choice. This is what it is. We all got to work together. But that didn't happen. So anyway, I'm Sonali, right? This is my true story, and this is me vlogging what this shit looks like. I'm going to try to pause this and then show you the other room. But it is 4 layers down, and I still have to work. And I'm still working. So I'm working, doing familiarization training. That was a tongue twister for me. And repacking to go down 4 or 5 flights. Ship flights are terrible, by the way. They're steep with luggage. I barely got this shit up here. And now I gotta go take it back down. The only person to tell me what a bag is the chief mate, who's also new to this company because his old company sucked. So have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Anyway, bye. Gotta go. I got shit to do. Alright, so here go my new room. I'm 4 flights down. I might show y'all when I walk back up.
Hey, we are neighbors.
Are you?
Yeah,
You-
me and Natalie are in this room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool beats. I got kicked out of my own room, so I'm in this
Anyways.
one of your people wanted a top. I don't know, it's stupid, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm your
sorry
neighbor.
for scaring you.
Huh? No, it's okay. You saw? It's
Alright.
okay. Thank you.
See you later.
See you later. So yeah, this is my new quarters. So actually, part of me is like, thanks, bitch, for helping me get a better room. I don't have to share a bathroom and any of that stuff anymore. Again, excuse all this stuff because I'm moving. And yes, I have a lot of snacks. Mind your business. So And I could actually work out in here, so I don't have an excuse for being fluffy. Okay? Anyway, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. I'll show y'all the next video how far I had to go. It'll probably be quick too. But this is ridiculous. Literally nobody else is moving in and out, and doing their job. It's literally just me. So, EO.